but I'm not mad at that. I take in your perspective. That's fine. But as someone who doesn't do those things and I don't see those things around me all the time, is that a thing that you see when you're out and about? Do you see like women like at the stoplight twerking
Ma'am, I
on
have
cars and stuff?
relatives who do it, man. We got to stop lying for each other. I have relatives who do this.
No, we don't have to like I agree. You know how like they say there's always one, there's always one in the family that like doesn't uphold the standards that we have. And it
Um,
might be more than one.
okay, so let's get to the bottom of this.
Mhm.
What percentage of women in the African American community would you say have multiple children by multiple men?
Let's say 37%.
Ma'am, if that
You
were
think
true, this
is that
live would
more?
if that were true, this live wouldn't exist. We would actually be in a pretty good place. The bastard children are what destroyed the black community. Who do you think it is knocking old women upside the head taking a purse? You think it's people who came from two-parent households? Who do you
Do you
think
have specific examples? Like, I mean, like, have you seen that in your real life where people are knocking over old ladies?
Ma'am, I live in LA.
So you live in GTA all the time. Is that what you're saying?
Ma'am, I want us to have a respectful conversation. See, because I'm just being honest with you. When ladies don't grasp these simple concepts, it forces men to lose respect for women as a whole. This is a simple conversation. So let me ask you this.
Hmm.
What group of men take each other's lives the most?
See, we like to say black on black crime, right? But it also has to do with like our demographic. So where we live around each other. So what about white on white crime? Like I'm saying, like in the communities that we live in the demographics that we live in, who do you see the most crime going towards based on where we live?
Ma'am, even when people
We are
live,
black
even when
people.
people
We.
hold on, even when people live in predominantly white neighborhoods,
Hmm. No, no, go ahead. I'm listening.
I preach. It's just really frustrating. These things are really simple. They really are. Like when we go to white clubs, do we see those pistols being let off like we do at the black clubs, ma'am?
I'm not gonna lie, personally, and mind you, I'm 35.
Ma'am, I
I
said
have
like
been.
we see that. That's a
No,
comparison.
I'm giving you like this is my perspective because you're giving me your perspective, right?
I'm giving you
So like,
statistics.
okay, so what's your statistic? What does it look like when we
63% of
go?
African American women have multiple children by multiple different men. And when I read that, it seemed crazy. So I called my cousin and I said,
Mm-hmm.
bro, this can't be right. Before I got the word right out of my mouth,
Mm-hmm.
multiples of my cousins popped up in my head.
So with your cousins, are they all men?
No.
Okay. So with the people that you see around you, right, that have multiple kids by multiple different people, even with the women, because that's what you like to hone on all the time, like the women that have multiple baby daddies, right? When do we take men? Like when do men take accountability for that?
Men take accountability when they stop coming out of that vajayjay severely handicapped and disadvantaged on a cognitive level. If you guys keep on having broken, see, it's difficult for us to get on the men because we
Hmm.
know the information. We all know the information. Children
What
who
is the
are, hold on, stop
information?
interrupting me.
I didn't interrupt. I was just asking a question. Go ahead though.
You wouldn't consider that interrupting?
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Children who are raised inside of a two-parent household. Well, let's go here first. What percentage of children would you say in the black community are raised by a single parent?
I don't know off the top of my head, but even if it's over 50%, let's say it's the majority.
Okay, it's 80%, man.
Okay.
Okay, now watch this. If that's true, children who are raised inside of a two parent household are 3 to 5 times more likely to engage in a successful relationship of their own, 3 to 5 times more likely to be gainfully employed, 9 times more likely to graduate high school and 5 times less likely to go to jail. 80% of the people who go back and forth to prison and jail and things of that nature on a frequent run, they're raised by a single parent mom.
Okay, and can you tell me why the households are like they're led by single mothers? Is
Because
that the mother's fault
women
all the
are
time?
yes, women are having children by strangers. They barely even know the guy's last name. You have 5 times the abortion of any other race. You're the easiest to have sex with. You don't ask men, tell me about your mother, what disease is running your family, what mental illness running your family. A black woman's criteria is, girl, he was fine. They don't ask the pertinent questions. They're not. See, you guys like to paint it. You guys like to
You
paint
don't
it.
think that that's true for men, where they say, "Oh, she a bad bitch," like you don't think that's a thing for them, and they just let their seat off and whoever they sleep with. So when that happens, and then they
Okay,
abandon the
hold on, hold on, hold on,
mother.
hold on, hold on. It's not an abandoning,
Mhm.
ma'am. You guys are having random casual sex. When Roe v. Wade got overturned, Plan B pills shot through the sales shot through the roof so significantly to where they had to make a mandatory allotment on how much one person could buy. Ma'am, you guys are having recreational sex and then going using abortions as condoms. Everybody knows
But who are
this.
we having recreational sex with to get
Broken
pregnant?
men,
To men,
broken
right?
men who you created.
And so,
Have
like the
listen. Have you
broken
ever noticed?
men.
Have you ever noticed that people, men? Let's go straight to men. Men who are raised in a
Hmm.
2 parent household. Did you know that they are less likely to spread their seed around like that?
And for the ones who are they not creating these broken homes that you speak of?
Listen, I just need you to listen. You're not getting this.
No, I just want an answer. Yes, are they not
Listen,
responsible
hold
for
on. I
that?
need you to. I need you to. Something's keeping you from understanding this.
Okay.
If I myself,
Hmm.
me and you both right now, we both have a Betty Crocker brownie mix box right now. If we both
Okay.
follow that recipe, you're in a completely different state from me. If we both follow that recipe to a T, can you agree that we're likely going to come out with a similar product?
If you follow the recipe, yes.
Man, why do you have to repeat my?
You said that we have the box, and the box has the recipe on the back of it. So if we follow the same recipe, then I believe that we will have the same result.
No,
Yes.
I'm talking about when you ask my question over before you answer, but it's all good. So
No,
the
no, no. Ask. Okay, if that's the case, then ask me the question that you wanted to know the answer to. Because you gave me the Betty Crocker example. That's what I was
and
answering.
you repeated
But
my
if you,
question.
I gave you an answer.
That's fine. That's you're right and I'm wrong. Um, if we know all of the studies that create broken
Hmm.
human beings, why on God's earth would we expect children who are chronically raised by broken women to come out knowing better than to display dysfunctional behaviors such as spreading your see what you guys are asking for? You're creating monsters and asking them to act like civilized human beings. That's what you're doing.
Can I say also that we definitely are a product of our environment, right? We we lead, or the people that are above you, the people that birth you, they lead by example, and we follow that. So if you have parents who are not good parents or people, we take on that, right? So in the relationships that we have with the people that we have kids with, the father leaves the home.
Ma'am,
You call
you're
that a
listen,
broken
listen. You're
home,
lying.
right?
You're lying. There are no homes. You're trying to make it
Mm-hmm.
seem like these are relationships. They're not. Okay, so just hold on. Just hold on. Let's do it like
Okay.
this. Since you won't listen to me, let's do it
No,
like
I'm
this.
listening.
No, no, hold
I'm
on. Now,
listening. I
now, no,
promise
now,
you.
now you can listen to this.
Across the board, Black women are the lowest in terms of dating and marrying. In fact, actually, Black women are high in dating because we give up sex the most. We're for the streets. We're twerking. We're doing the most. We dominate rap in the culture that is very sexual, especially in the US. So a lot of men see us as easy targets to have sex with. And we have the highest rate of having children outside of marriage, wedlock. And so men see us as bedwenches, easy to have sex with, but they don't see us as valuable wives. Our culture, especially in the U.S., I don't know how it is in the U.K. I know it's a little different, but our family structure is so broken and so destroyed that we really, the majority of Black women in the U.S., we've been put into a position of just being, sexual, just for a man's sexual pleasure. But if they're going to take a woman serious, that's why you see a lot of Black men when they become successful, they're not marrying us. I mean, they do. Okay, let me say this: 80% of Black men are marrying Black women, even when they're successful. But there is a huge thing where a lot of Black men are going to other races. Why? And a lot of women don't understand. They say the man is racist. No, the culture that woman may have been brought up in, her submissiveness, in our culture, we're being rebellious, dressing provocative. It's standard. It is standard. We hate ourselves a lot. We hate our own hair. We want our butts to be the fat.
We can stop it right there.
Okay.
Ma'am, do you know
Let's
that
talk
there
about
are
it.
women, you guys have started it. Your behavior is so terrible. You guys have started an economy to where people know if they simply go out and get a 4K camera, even white women, they know if they go out and get a 4K camera, a laptop, and start a podcast, you guys have endless content. Endless
So
content.
kind of like the same way that you have a mic and your headphones, you can do the same thing, kind of like that.
Okay, so I think I know what you tried to do, but you don't even realize you failed.
No,
Hold
I'm
on,
just asking
hold on.
questions.
You show
Go
me a
ahead.
channel. Show me a channel. Show me anywhere, all of social media, where the sole focus is how bad Black men's behavior is. Give me the name of any channel right now, ma'am, on any social media platform.
Because nobody holds men like accountable. So like, can you, with the way that you talk
Hold on.
about,
So you believe that white people, even the white people who own these platforms, are hiding I don't know, the messed up things that Black men are doing? Is that what you believe? If what you're saying is true, why is it that Black men can date across the spectrum and are desired by all groups of nationalities of women, but yet
you think that they're desired or are they fetishized?
you're not even fetishized?
But we're talking
You're
about
not
Black
even
men,
fetishized.
not Black women.
It doesn't matter. It still makes the point. You guys like to downplay Black men, but is it a fetish if they marry us and have our children when they're millionaires and we don't have $500? Is it a fetish when they're willing to be kicked out of their entire family to stay with us? No,
So
that's beyond a fetish, ma'am.
what other races do with Black men. They marry
What?
you with $5 in your bank.
The Kardashians haven't really messed with anything other than
That's what they
Black
do for
men who
you
they
guys.
have more money than. Ma'am, you're
But
making
you
some
just
very
brought that
weak
up. You brought
points.
up Black men versus Black women and dating other races.
Ma'am, look in the comments. They don't understand why you don't get this. Listen, here's what I'm trying to say to you. If Black men's behavior is just as bad as Black women's, why is it that Black men have been ranked the most desirable group of men on the planet to date? Right? We can date across any spectrum. And the women who we can date, they take us even when we don't have $5. The clothing line billionaire heiress picked her man up, Jeremy, picked him up from prison in California on the day of his release. Ma'am, you guys don't have stories of that. You don't have stories of billionaires and you guys.
So basically, you want Black women to pick up men from prison. You want us to pick them up when they're at their darkest, but then when it comes to the Black women, we can be the highest educated and all of that, but
Ma'am,
we're
you're
still
not the
not good
most
enough.
you're
That's
not
what
the
you're
you're
saying.
not the most educated. You were the most enrolled, and most of you didn't even finish the degree. See, this is why I say you guys lie a lot too. You're not the most educated. How can you be the most educated, but you can't even stop having multiple babies by multiple different men? Are you kidding me?
Personally, I don't have any kids, so I don't have multiple baby daddies.
But
But
listen,
I'm just
ma'am, I'm gonna
saying,
be
like,
honest
what is
with
it?
you. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're kind of. I understand the single, ma'am, a quality man. Look at the comments. You're really difficult to talk to. You don't get a lot of things. Like, this is simple. This has nothing to
I'm
do.
actually very calm right now. I don't.
Calm has nothing
I'm
to
just
do
trying
with
to understand
comprehension
where
level, ma'am.
you're coming
Calm has
from.
nothing to do with. And
My comprehension level, I think, is pretty high.
so tell me what I've been talking about.
You've just been downing Black women and speaking about how Black men are the most desired across, every
And see, ma'am, you just said that you
ethnicity,
have a
every
pretty high
race.
comprehension level. But when I asked and posed the question to you, well, you just said you just down Black women. So let's do this. I'm going to make a move. I'm going to move a chess piece that not many people have been able to get around. Name me something that I've said that is not true or is inaccurate. I'll give
You
you all.
literally said that women are not the most educated. That's one thing. But you never answered my question about.
Ma'am, hold on. Ma'am, it is a fact that Black women, you are the most enrolled, not educated. So that is not something that I said that is not accurate. I am right and you are wrong. You're moving in emotions. Okay. I'm moving in facts. Watch this. Let's go here then. Let's go here. Give me the stats or the source or tell me, substantiate that Black women. Give me the foundation that made you suggest Black women are the most educated. And I'll give you the answer. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. I just asked you a question and you're being childish now because you know you don't have the answer. You know it will only prove that you spoke out of emotion. I have research.
Do you know what emotions are, though? Do you know that there are multiple emotions?
Hey, ma'am, listen. Let me say this. Let me say this though.
Do you know that anger
listen, let me say this.
Well?
I can get mean up here sometimes, and I've been trying to not do that
mean.
with you.
I can handle it. Go ahead.
Ma'am, I'll have you in the bathroom turning up a bottle of pills in 5 minutes. You don't want that type of energy from me.
I'm definitely not an addict, so that won't be a problem for me, but you can definitely go ahead.
You didn't get that, really, did you? You really didn't get that. Jesus Christ.
My perception of things.
Ma'am, it wasn't talking about an addict, ma'am.
You just said that you'll have me in the bathroom doing what?
Let's leave all of the intellectual stuff alone. Let's just go back to something that.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go back.
Okay, so you said you're single by choice?
Yes.
Describe the ideal man to you that you feel like would make your life worth dating.
Just a nice guy. I like nice guys.
Yeah, and
I like a nice man, a kind man, someone who is intellectually mature. That's it.
And if you encountered a man like that, would you be appreciative of it?
Absolutely.
And he would stand a chance with you?
Absolutely.
So, ma'am, you're not single by choice. It's simply that the man who you're interested in isn't interested in you, ma'am. You just described a man. You just described a man whom, if he approached you, you would date him. So it's not that you're single by choice. The simple fact is the man who you're interested in isn't interested in you. What you don't want to acknowledge is even the man whose character and chemistry you're attracted to. He's not attracted to you. He would have appeared by now, right? You described a man you would date. So that means you're not single intentionally, ma'am. You're single because what you seek isn't presenting itself to you. Do you agree, ma'am?
I do not.
Ma'am, you just told us you would date him.
So I'm not gonna jump back.
How long did that relationship last?
Why does that matter? I'm just asking. I will tell you the answer, but I do want to know why you would like to know, if you don't mind. I'm just asking, just to get some more context. That's all.
Why does that matter?
Yes.
No. You said, why do I want? You said, why does that matter? And I'm repeating the dumb shit you just said. Why does that matter? Why I want to know, ma'am.
I just want to know.
Could you imagine a conversation if every time me and you asked a question, the other said, why does that matter? You know how
Well,
dumb that
no,
would be?
can I speak? The only reason that I'm asking is because it gives context into why it matters how long you take into in between relationships. Like, why does that add to your value or take away from your value how long it's been between relationships? Should you not heal?
Are you in California?
I'm not in California.
Because I want you. I could do something with you.
What you want to do with me?